Hello Year 6 and welcome to Design Technology at St. Mark's. It's such an exciting year for you guys because many of you would have had a chance to do a lot of DT up until now, so some of you it will be your first go at each of these projects. You may know by now that throughout the year you do 3 different projects. You start off in either wood, textiles or food, and then each term you move to a different project, and it's lots of fun. I'm Miss Trim. I'm one of the DT teachers at St. Mark's Academy, and I'll be teaching the fabric pouch project this year for Year 7. Basically, you guys get the chance to make any type of pouch that you would like using various techniques, which we'll look at on the next page. And the great thing about this project is you can either make it for yourself or you can make it for a family member or a friend. It's fantastic because it becomes something really useful that you can use, and on the journey you get to discover loads of new skills. So we make the fabric pouch by upcycling. You're going to learn more about upcycling when you get into school and start the project, but as well there's some information about upcycling on your knowledge organizer, which you'll see in a bit. In textiles you can choose which type of pouch to make and how you want it to look. On our journey making our pouches, you'll learn various practical techniques for working with fabrics, as well as how what you're learning fits into the big picture of the wider world. We'll look at sustainability and the environment. This is a big focus across DT. And we'll look at where fabrics come from, the differences between natural and synthetic fibres, and how this impacts our choices as designers. So, what techniques and tools will we learn to make our pouches? Of course, part of this project is starting to learn how to use the sewing machines. So that's going to be very exciting because some of you wouldn't have had a chance to use one of those before. And I guarantee you that when our Year 7s get on the sewing machines, they have so much fun and that's all they want to do every lesson. But as well as that, we're going to be looking at other different techniques and methods. You can see here I've put some examples of some of the methods you'll be looking at. So applique, which is pieces of fabric in different shapes and patterns sewn together on a larger piece to form a picture or pattern. So we use this method to make pictures and add shapes to our pouches. We also get to have a little bit of fun and do some tie-dye. We all get to test out the tie-dye and then you can choose to do it on your pouch as well. So you can have your pouch a certain colour with a certain pattern on it, and it's really fun. Drawing with stitch. So this one requires a little bit of patience, and you all get a chance to do this as well because we're going to be hand sewing as well as using the machines. And finally, fabric painting. This is where you can get really creative and use this to either stencil shapes onto your pouches or to freehand paint onto your pouches. At St. Mark's, we all use knowledge organisers in our subjects. You get a knowledge organiser for each half term, which breaks down all the key concepts that you might need to refer to throughout your learning. And when we're in lesson, we'll say things like, everybody get your knowledge organisers out, have a look, read this, and then we'll ask some questions. They're really great for being able to keep all your learning in one place as well. So here's an example of the Textiles Term 1 knowledge organiser. And at the bottom it showcases our big ideas in design technology. So each project goes through the phases explore, design, create, make and evaluate. And every lesson we will recap on what big idea we're looking at that day and how we're going to be exploring it. So I would like you to read through the knowledge organiser and answer the following questions, and there is space to do that on the next page. Okay, so question 1. What are the 6 R's? Question 2. What is upcycling? Question 3. List 3 things on the annotation checklist. And number 4. What's the difference between natural and synthetic fibres? Excellent. Write those down on your notebooks or do it in a PowerPoint. Here's a final slide with the questions on it again, just in case you need them. But from me, Miss Trim, I look forward to meeting you in September.